Kevin Durant had a chance at the end of the day to pick Brooklyn and play with Kyrie Irving and DeAndre Jordan. And with this combo and the current players on the roster, Kevin Durant is going to win a title with the Brooklyn Nets. You can quote that. Wow. Kevin Durant has requested a trade from the Brooklyn Nets. Wild. And it means that assuming Kevin Durant is done in Brooklyn, without question to me with this report, he is. This was a complete and utter failure. Kevin Durant never won a championship. Kevin Durant never got to the Eastern Conference Finals or the NBA Finals. We showed you that throwback to start the show. That was 3 years ago. Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving were supposed to make sweet, beautiful music together. This combination supposed to win multiple championships. Kevin Durant hitching his wagon to Kyrie Irving, leaving Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Steve Kerr, and the Golden State Warriors. It will go down in history as the single worst decision ever by an NBA player in free agency. Kevin Durant chose chaos, chose nonsense. He chose Kyrie Irving, who quit on LeBron, who quits on the Boston Celtics. Kyrie Irving quit on Kevin Durant, quit on Brooklyn. Kyrie didn't show up for work a couple of years ago, going to political rallies, never prioritized basketball or winning. And then this year, obviously, wasn't vaccinated, couldn't play, and I know, 2021, big toe away, literally, Game 7 from the Eastern Conference Finals. KD wears that extra big shoe, his words, wears a shoe that's a couple of sizes too big, so he feels comfortable. Foot on the line, the 3 was a 2, Game 7 of the Milwaukee series, and they lost in overtime, and the rest, literally, history. It is crazy to think that Kevin Durant wants this trade on the heels of Kyrie opting in. And look, I'm holding myself accountable. We all thought I thought when Kyrie opted in that we were looking at Kevin Durant going to stay in Brooklyn, and this combination this year winning a championship together. What did I say this week? The Nets are back. Simple as that. When Kyrie decided to opt in Monday night, I thought, okay, you're going to see Kevin Durant win a championship. The Nets are back. Everything that they wanted to do, it's all going to transpire. Instead, according to Adrian Wojnarowski, Kevin Durant has not even talked to the Brooklyn Nets until today. He went to the owner directly and said, listen, you got to get me out. So Sean Marks, the general manager, He's got a golden opportunity here to get a slew of ball players. You know, Miami and Phoenix, according to Adrian Wojnarowski, they are the two teams that are heavily in the mix. And, you know, DeAndre Ayton, if you've been following the betting markets, you know, his odds over this past weekend went through the roof. He's a restricted free agent for his next team to be Brooklyn. Look, I mean, if I'm the Nets, I'm asking for Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton under the circumstance. I'm sure Miami, obviously we could talk Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo. Obviously they have a bunch of picks. You know, obviously Miami with Pat Riley and, you know, no state income taxes and South Beach. It's always a great destination. But Kevin Durant is never happy. And this is a problem here. Now, he's going to be under contract. Whoever trades for him for the next 4 years, it's a guaranteed 4-year contract. So Sean Marks in Brooklyn need to ask for the world, okay? You need to get players who can play, all-star caliber players who are young in their mid-20s, and a plethora of picks too. But no way to sugarcoat this. This was a disastrous 3 years for Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving in Brooklyn. This was a complete and utter fiasco, a failure. This was a PR nightmare. Steph wins a championship. Durant's never happy. No one expected this to be another summer of Durant. What a hot mess for KD in Brooklyn. The Yankees are piping hot. The Astros are piping hot. And thanks to a quirk in the old schedule because of the lockout and the season starting a week late, we have the Yankees and the Astros meeting in a matter of moments. That's awesome for the game on the heels of the epic 4-game series they played at Yankee Stadium last week. The Astros are phenomenal, but the Yankees are legendary. The nuggets of domination for the Yankees this season are off the charts. We're talking about the real possibility of the Yankees having the best record ever in the regular season, best record ever in Yankees history, best record at home ever. It's all there. It's all there for the taking. And then you realize the Yankees this year, think about this, they have more comeback wins than losses. Aaron Judge is on pace for 62 home runs. Baggets, Roger Maris. It's all happening. But Houston scares me as a Yankee fan because they're awesome. They have no fear against New York. They split the 4-game series at Yankee Stadium, and it felt like a win for the Astros, considering everything that we just mentioned about the New York Yankees and how amazing they are. The 3-pitcher no-hitter was huge. And struggling closer Ryan Presley was at the back end of history. And listen, we said Monday on Time to Shine, that can turn his season around in a great way for the Astros. Confidence is back, and we saw it yesterday for the Astros closer to come out and shut the door on the Mets and preserve Justin Verlander's gem in the 10th win of the season against the other New York team. The Astros, hot. They've won 4 straight against the Mets to sandwich the Yankees series. But give me the Yankees tonight. I like Sweet Lou Severino to come up big. He's been terrific this year. It's going to have a playoff feel tonight. It always does with these two teams. And I can't wait. Let's shine on some basketball on the start of NBA free agency. We have a huge trade. The Atlanta Hawks have acquired all-star guard DeJounte Murray from the San Antonio Spurs. And listen, is a phenomenal deal for Atlanta. I think this takes the Hawks and puts them squarely in the mix for the Eastern Conference Finals. DeJounte Murray is a tremendous ball player. You don't even hesitate giving up 3 first-round picks. Phenomenal scorer, great defensive ball player, phenomenal teammate, rebounds the basketball, great in terms of making sure that Trae Young has the pressure off in the postseason. I think they are going to make sweet and beautiful music together. You saw Herter and Collins in the background of that shot. The Atlanta Hawks are ready to rock and roll. I mean, look at these numbers side by side. Murray is just perfect. He's the perfect secondary complementary great player to Trae Young. What a phenomenal move for the Atlanta Hawks. I was hoping that DeJounte Murray was going to join my Knicks, but instead, Jalen Brunson headed to the Knicks on a 4-year deal for a reported $110 million. And this is where hope goes to die. Look, and I want to stress it again. I love Jalen Brunson. We said this yesterday. We've said this all week. Now, according to Shams Charania, this is going to happen. It's been inevitable. His dad is a coach on the team. Leon Rose used to be his agent, now the team president. I love Brunson, just like I love Kyle Lowry, just like I love Mike Conley, just like I love Freddie Van Vliet. But he does not make the Knicks a top 8 team in the Eastern Conference. So I wish. Now, I was ready to eat my words if they would have made a trade for Murray. You put Murray and Brunson in the backcourt together, we're going to have a different conversation. But Brunson for $110 million, and they didn't draft anyone with the 11th overall pick? The Knicks aren't close. After signing a $110 million ball player who they just created all this cap room for, the Knicks are not even close to being a great team in the Eastern Conference. A massive trade between the Braves and the A's today that has Atlanta acquiring stud first baseman Matt Olson. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And look, the Braves are going to be strong. I'll say what nobody wants to say. Matt Olson's an upgrade at first base. He's an upgrade. Look, you can't rip Braves management. You can't. You just can't. Look at the numbers. Matt Olson, not a household name because he's been playing for the Oakland A's. This is a tremendous job by the World Series champs. Matt Olson can flat out rake. Welcome back, time to shine. Lots to get off my chest on a Thursday. What an epic throwback Thursday to when we loved the Matt Olson deal for the Atlanta Braves. And look, we are going to flash back to that because the Freddie Freeman situation has become a real mess. And honestly, the only person I blame is Freddie Freeman. The reason why there's all this back and forth and lying and fake quotes and fake tweets is because of Freddie Freeman as a fraud and crying the crocodile tears, and he doesn't like being in Los Angeles. And listen, Casey Close is an unbelievable, well-respected, honest agent who has negotiated deals to have players stay in one city for the duration of his career. Look at Derek Jeter. This is Derek Jeter's agent. So I think it's noteworthy here that Casey Close is going after the Braves and going after anyone who suggested that he didn't let Freddie Freeman know that there was an offer on the table, which is just crazy and erroneous. And he claims with that statement that the Braves are floating that information out. So listen, Clayton Kershaw is his client. Clayton Kershaw is his client. And by the way, it goes noted here, Dansby Swanson is his client. So for him to start in print attacking Atlanta goes noted, right? Because he has to deal with the Atlanta Braves for Dansby Swanson. So that's how you know that Casey Close, all he wants to do is clear his name. And I firmly believe the agent, without question. And the Braves made a business decision. We talked about it. You saw it right there when the deal was made in real time. Matt Olson's an upgrade. And if I am the Dodgers, I'm livid. And good for Clayton Kershaw because he absolutely destroyed Freddie Freeman. And Kershaw, who remember, didn't even rip his own manager, Dave Roberts, when Roberts took him out of that perfect game and didn't let him finish. Clayton Kershaw, who's the greatest of all time as a pitcher, he makes sure he avoids controversy throughout his incredible career. So for him to say anything like that against Freddie Freeman, look, here's the deal, right? Freddie Freeman, at the end of the day, wanted a 6-year deal. And the Atlanta Braves put a line in the sand and said, we're only going to give you a 5-year deal. Then they went out and got a better player who's 5 years younger, gave him, and he's a bigger slugger, and a Georgia native, Matt Olson is, by the way, gave him an 8-year contract. Freddie Freeman, who was born in the OC, stone's throw from Los Angeles, he and his wife have an off-season home an hour away from Los Angeles. Everybody thought before the lockout, if he doesn't sign with the Braves, all right, it'll be either Atlanta or LA. So I don't think this is about anything else other than Freddie Freeman's feelings and the fact that he said would rather be in Atlanta, and now he's making it all about himself, and he's taken down the Dodgers. Can you imagine being Mookie Betts or someone like Justin Turner, one of the great guys in that clubhouse? You got to deal with this garbage and nonsense, taking all the shine away from Matt Olson. Just a terrible, selfish job by Freddie Freeman. Listen, I give Casey Close a lot of credit because every other agent in the business is going to use these allegations against him. There is no doubt Freddie Freeman is to blame for not telling the Braves, telling his agent, I want to take the most money possible from the Atlanta Braves. Here's the truth. If he said that, he'd still be in Atlanta. He got offended by the fact that they didn't offer him a 6-year contract. That's why we're here. Freddie Freeman's miserable. Casey Close did nothing wrong. I am on the side of the Braves in terms of their baseball move and on the side here, without question, of the agent. Freddie Freeman is to blame. He's embarrassed himself. Got to get this off my chest. It is breathtaking watching my guy Shohei Ohtani play baseball. 11 strikeouts yesterday. Ohtani's scoreless streak is up to 21 2/3 innings. I mean, this was 24 hours after Ohtani and Mike Trout went back-to-back, albeit in a loss. And then Ohtani on the mound. Listen, this guy, he's one of one. I mean, these are his pitching numbers on the heels of what he does at the plate. Just stop and enjoy this. This is Unicorn Babe Ruth special, and Babe Ruth never did this. Got to get this off my chest. I'm going to defend Rob Manfred. I know. I love the ideas Rob Manfred has talking to ESPN.com about the future of baseball. Seriously, I love it. I love the fact that he's going to ban the shift. That's incredible. Pitch clock for next year needs to happen. Going to speed up the game. Love the concept of expansion to 32 teams. Montreal needs a team. Vegas needs a team. Nashville and Charlotte and Portland would be amazing for Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball is healthy and vibrant. And look, I've come full circle on the robot umpires because the umpires union is just awful. Or it's amazing for the umpires, but, there's no accountability. Can't fire, the likes of Angel Hernandez and obviously, Laz Diaz and all these atrocious umpires who have ruined the game. The balls and strikes, it's worse than ever. So I don't want it for safer out or on the bases or even safer out at home plate. But for balls and strikes, count me in for robot umpires for the foreseeable future. Gotta get this off my chest. Major breaking news, gigantic from the college ranks, where USC and UCLA reportedly planning on leaving the Pac-12 for the Big Ten by 2024. Whoa, how about that? Our guy Pete Thamel over at ESPN is reporting that a press conference is expected sooner rather than later, and this is essentially a done deal. Look, this is wild, and it also hits home how you look at the Pac-12 under Larry Scott, he ran this into the ground. The Pac-12 network was awful. And, they're putting all these games on Friday nights and, the East Coast bias was real and they never figured out how to generate attention. UCLA, the best. USC, the best. What a coup for the Big Ten. I mean, that is unbelievable. You think about it, Midwest, obviously, with Michigan, Ohio State, coast to coast now with Rutgers. I mean, this is crazy, adding, UCLA and USC, and this really became a no-brainer in every possible way for those two incredible Southern California, Los Angeles programs. Pac-12 has been a sinking ship for years. Got to get this off my chest. Speaking to our friends over at CBSSports.com, Eagles running back Miles Sanders says that this Philly group is an all-star team and they're unstoppable. Vibes are great. I say that every day in the Time to Shine production meeting. Look, but here's the deal. You can't say that they're an all-star team. Now, I love the Eagles this year. They're going to win the division, but this has dream team vibes, going back to Vince Young and Nnamdi Asomugha. Remember what a debacle that was? I mean, I have Philly winning the division, but, give them credit for A.J. Brown. And, obviously, Howie Roseman had an incredible draft, but come on. I mean, they're an all-star team. What are the Rams? What are the Niners? What are the Packers? What are the Bucs? What are the Saints? What are the Bills? What are the Chargers? What are the Raiders? What are the Chiefs? What are the Denver Broncos? What are the Browns? What are the Ravens? I mean, what are we talking about here? I mean, what are the Miami Dolphins? I mean, an all-star team. Hey, Miles, you might want to get a grip and get a clue. Find the quarterback who can complete over 60% of his passes.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell for more videos.